when the Associated Press makes an editorial decision to continue to call the Gulf of Mexico, and they're booted out of the Oval Office, they're booted off of Air Force One, I believe it's a test case for what Trump and his team would like to do to other members of the press corps. I mean, I think that's a highly important story that you're just not seeing enough on the evening newscasts and elsewhere. And the public needs to understand we cannot go. I talk about this on my show all the time, the American way of life. You can't have a situation in this country where the White House is going after the press because they refuse to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
You've called for other members of the White House press corps to take a stand on this. What do you think would be an effective protest here?
First of all, the Associated Press, has to be considering their legal options at this standpoint. Now, what the press could do, and I've talked about this to some extent, they could decide that there are certain parts of the president's schedule that they're not going to cover. Perhaps the press doesn't go into the Oval Office for an Oval Office photo opportunity. Perhaps the press doesn't go on a trip with the president. One of the most important things in the world to Donald Trump is having those cameras around him. And if those cameras are taken away, he will start to learn a lesson that he can't mess with us. Now, there are folks in my profession who will say, no, we can't do that. How do you cover the president? I think it may be worth exploring as an option if this continues.